Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio. It's your host, Queen Bree and Robin T, broadcasting live from Clean Greens Plaza. Welcome, everyone. We are up. Okay. How's it going, Robin?
I am so good. I always love to be here at Clean Greens Plaza and sharing the airwaves with you on Rainier Avenue Radio, our favorite place to be. We've got so much going on today.
Hey, so if you're just tuning in and you're not sure who we are as Clean Greens, hosts of Clean Greens Living Live, or who Rainier Avenue Radio are, we are all local community based people. So Rainier Avenue Radio is a community supported radio show, and they have lots of different programs on here. We have music, we have Clean Greens Living Live, we have Traffic Jam, and I don't want to start naming off too many things because I don't know, and I don't want to leave any of the fabulous shows off that we have out here. So what are we doing today? We are here at Clean Greens Plaza, which is an extension of Clean Greens. And Clean Greens is a farm and market, a local farm and market. We grow vegetables, fresh vegetables out in Duval, and we come back in the city. And every Saturday, we host a giveaway. And today, we are partnering with Rainier Avenue Radio's giveaway. So this is exciting. This is like a turn up, last minute block party.
Exactly.
We are at a Clean Greens / Rainier Avenue Radio block party.
I love it. It's been pretty fun, and there's so many things to come get your hands on up here. You can get food, and there's also books, and the
hmm
books are from NAM. So the African American Museum, and they have a lot of good books for kids, really good books. So you can come up here and check that out and grab some food. But also, it's just really fun. The vibe here is really fun.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's lots of folks behind us
Yeah.
grabbing their veggies.
And we got a lot
packing up
of
veggies.
donations today. Like, okay, so we have so many donations. Let's talk about this
Yeah.
really quick. We're going to talk about the donations, and we're going to talk about who's all here. So Rainier Avenue Radio has food. They have bread. They have salads. They have drinks. I'm assuming meat. We have fresh vegetables straight from the farm. And then other local community people have been dropping off stuff. So we have someone drop off pears, fresh pears off of a tree, organic eggs straight from the
Aw.
chicken coop.
I got some tomatoes.
You got some,
Someone
and
brought
tomatoes.
some tomatoes.
Tomatoes. I
Yeah.
was like, what? Tomatoes. Um, and then who's all here? Clean Greens, Rainier Avenue Radio, NAM is out here. They're celebrating Freedom Week. And let's not forget, after this, at 5 o'clock later on today, at 5 o'clock, we are going to be down at the Martin Luther King Jr. Park celebrating a rally.
Yeah.
So
Celebrating the march.
celebrating the march and celebrating the anniversary of the March on Washington, and also protesting voters' rights.
Right.
So
All
there
about
is.
voters' rights today at Martin Luther King Jr. Park.
Can you believe we're still fighting for voters' rights? Voters' rights, people, my people out there. If your votes didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to suppress it so hard. So please come out and join us and rally together to stop voter suppression.
Yeah, good point. And what is the anniversary? How many years ago was the march? Let's
Oh.
talk about it.
Oh, you want me to calculate that?
No,
Oh, wait,
I
wait.
thought you knew.
No, I can't because it was I shouldn't say this, but it was the year someone close to me was born. So that's
Aw.
about 58 years ago, because I think it was 1963, right?
Okay.
It was 1963. So that's about 58, 59 years ago. And so that's what NAM is celebrating, the weekend that the March on Washington happened. And the March on Washington happened, I don't want to screw up anybody's names, but two organizations came together to do a mass march to bring great attention to um, uh, African American rights to working and how they were being treated in Birmingham. So,
And that's a beautiful thing when solidarity happens like that. You said two organizations came together, and stronger together is a beautiful thing. And that's another thing that we're,
yeah, 'cause
fighting for at the rally.
Yeah, because I notice a lot of times, oops, I kicked over someone's water. With African Americans, we have so many different organizations because we're all trying to fight for the greater good, and I want everyone to keep that coming. But then we also need to come together and and do something big like that. And that's what they did. So that was exciting. And that was when Martin Luther King did his great I Have a Dream speech.
Mm-hmm.
So this weekend they are celebrating Freedom Weekend. Our executive director will be earning a Leadership in the Community award. How awesome is
That
that?
is so awesome. I wasn't sure if it was a surprise announcement or not, so I'm glad we got to mention it
Oh yeah, no, it
because
wasn't a surprise.
Dr. Jeffrey has been doing so much work for so many years.
If you know Dr. Jeffrey, you can't surprise this man. You got to tell him up front, I need you here, and here is why. He is very busy. He is out there. Dr. Jeffrey is the executive for Clean Greens. For those of you who does not know, he is the executive for Clean Greens, and he is also a pastor of New Hope Baptist Church. And he came here in 1989, and he's been doing the work of community and fighting for African American community as far as businesses, bringing fresh produce to the table. Um, so yeah, so
Yeah,
this award is
it's
much.
a leadership award, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think he did something really big recently too.
Yes, rallies for reparations. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, the Rally for Reparations. So it's funny, I was just parking my car out by Spruce Park, and I was like, this actually was land that belonged to New Hope Baptist Church, and a lot of families that got pushed out, forced out, and trying to make things right these days. So a resolution went to city council, and Dr. Jeffrey really gathered the community together and let everyone know about it and know what happened. Um, and making some steps happen.
Yeah,
So,
he's making some steps happens with that. So with the with the reparations and that being passed, unanimously passed, um, even though they're not doing nothing with that, there are it has started a conversation, and that's
yeah,
how it always is. People, you do this, you work hard, and you get this justice, but then they slough on giving you
yeah,
the stuff. But it's just the beginning because there's other people calling in who have went through similar things or the same thing, and now they're coming in and they better watch out because when they join forces,
yeah,
something's going to happen. I
yeah.
mean, not in hey, that ain't a threat. That's
I
just
know, right? It's
you got to be
just
specific these days because people crazy.
seriously.
I ain't saying nothing violently is going to happen, but I'm just saying reparations is going to happen. Long overdue. We don't know what that looks like right now, but it's going to happen.
I believe that too. And if you are just joining us, we are coming to you live from Clean Greens Plaza out here in Seattle in the Central District and on Rainier Avenue Radio. You can find out so much more about Rainier Avenue Radio on the website. There's so many ways to listen. If you're listening to us today, you might be on the app. You can also watch on the app when they're broadcasting. Um, they're FM, AM, FM stations that partner. You can listen on TuneIn. You can listen on Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube. Did you say Twitch?
Nope.
Did you say Rainier Avenue Radio app? Download the app.
I love the app. So I think I mentioned it, but yeah,
I'm a little
download the
slow. I haven't downloaded the app yet.
download the app.
I be watching on Facebook. It's easy for
Oh,
me.
really? Yeah.
I be sometimes. I mean, I know I look young, but I be feeling elderly, and I be like, I don't know how to work all this stuff.
You look directly. I know I look young.
Oh, and we're even looking in the wrong cameras. Hey, right there. We are live on our Instagram too because we want you guys. We want to invite you guys all down to come join us at Clean Greens Plaza at 116 21st Avenue. We had in the parking lot of 116 21st Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 98122. We are reporting live from Clean Greens Plaza. It's your host, Queen Bree and Robin T. We are out here with our Clean Greens Fresh Produce giveaway, and Rainier Avenue Radio's out here with their food giveaway. We have Deborah from Plan out here. She's giving out some backpack supplies. So if you're needing extra backpack supplies, there's some supplies out here. There's some treats out here. There's even some Mary Kay out here. I got my boo out here selling my Mary Kay.
See, you can get so many good things here.
And we got Nam out here. Nam is out here celebrating Freedom Weekend. So we just want you guys to come out here and join us. Let me turn this off because I don't want to keep looking at this camera.
Okay, we'll look at the Rainier Avenue Radio camera because we are live.
We are live
So
broadcasting.
I wanted to talk about the produce we have today. What's been growing out on the farm? because I know we've been out there. We did some harvesting this week. There's lots of stuff going on at the farm.
Okay, so let's talk about. Did I say clearly what we were as Clean Greens? Let me just say what we
Okay.
are again because I want to make sure that we are specifically talking about what we are, who we are. So, Clean Greens is a nonprofit farm who's been going strong for about 14 years. It was created to bring access to fresh organic produce to our community. We know historically we were never taught to eat right in the African American community. We were never provided fresh produce at affordable cost. So Clean Greens came together to bring fresh produce at affordable cost, and it's been going on for about 13 years. We have we have a farm out in Duval, and we bring the fresh produce back to the city for our community. We have so many great programs out here. We don't just hand you the food. We have a newsletter to talk about how you can cook the food. Some of the foods, when we're introduced to new vegetables, we put the vegetables in our newsletter, and we'll tell you how to cook it. We'll tell you about the nutrients. We have a children's program teaching the kids about food and social justice, vegetables, eating your vegetables. They even get a stipend. So we're even going to have someone come in and talk to them about finances.
Ooh, that's crucial.
Yes. So you get this money, but what are you doing with this money? You can't just rush and go spend it on bubblegum all day. So we're going to have somebody come in about that. So, and then what else do we have? We have the fresh food giveaway. We have our CSAs, and with our CSAs, what you gonna say?
I was going to say we have a radio show on
Rainier
Rainier
Avenue
Avenue Radio
Radio
every week.
at live every Thursdays. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's okay. I was just going to talk about what is on the table today.
What's on the table today? So, we have collards on the table. Just a little bit of collards left. We'll talk about that in a second. We have collards. We have cabbage. We have kale. We have chard. We have carrots. We have
Your favorite.
beets. Oh my God, those beets are so juicy and beautiful. We're gonna have somebody bring us some vegetables so you guys can see how good they look. They look so good. We have cucumbers. We have tomatoes. We have pears. We have eggs. And what else is there? I think I named everything.
I think you named everything.
Squash.
Those really squash.
Yes, we got
Yeah.
squash. And then Rainier Avenue Radio, just from what I can see, is bread, salad, some drinks. I think I see some mushrooms. Last time they were here, they had meat. So I'm assuming there's meat again. Um,
And
so
they do that every week as well.
every week on
Mhm.
23rd. So you guys check us out. If you need or if you know someone in need, please come check us out at 23rd Avenue. We're going to start being up there with them as well, giving out fresh produce. And if you're just tuning in live, you're tuning into Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted on Rainier Avenue Radio. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is Rainier Avenue Radio, and it's your host from Clean Greens Living Live. And we are out here having a good old time this weekend.
And we are at Clean Greens Plaza. So, Clean Greens Plaza was named at our grand opening by our favorite director of Rainier Avenue Radio,
He
Tommy
knighted
B.
us. He knighted us our names.
Knighted
Clean Greens Plaza.
us. And it really is that. It's a fun place to engage with your neighbors and your family and your community, and it really is a good time. I get life every time I come up here and just hang out and get veggies or give away veggies or pack veggie boxes, um, and just see what's going on in the community and spread good message and vibes.
Yes, and if you can hear the music going on back there, we've been going from jazz to spiritual. I had a little bit of Meg the Stallion on this morning.
Yeah, this morning was pretty fun.
Meg the Stallion cha cha slide, but not everybody can handle Meg's mouth, so I had to tune it down a little bit. I want to talk a little about Deborah's a little shy, so I'll talk about what's going on with
Oh,
Plan.
good. Plan is
Yes.
so wonderful.
Plan is so wonderful. So not only does one of the people who work with Plan have a preschool, Seattle preschool program, the sign up is free and affordable preschool for 3 and 4 year olds. Bella's Creative Learning Center. So if you are out there or know of someone who is looking for a preschool center, she is so good.
They're so good.
I've seen her in action. If you don't want somebody to love on your kids so much, don't send them there because she loves on her kids. She makes sure that they're ready for kindergarten. If it's sign up for free or affordable preschool.
And Bella has a lot of experience.
She's been in the business. She's been in
Yeah.
the game for years, like I think over 20 years, maybe
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
Let me read this. Trained experienced teachers, social distance and virtual learning, STEM, math and science, art, language arts, literacy, and social skills, enrichment environment, low child to staff ratio,
That's good.
parent education and partnership, kindergarten readiness, rated level 4 of early achievers. Now, one thing I know about Bella is she don't half step. Once she get her foot in there, she is gonna make sure that it is almost perfect. Like I know we can't be perfect, but she's gonna do her best to make sure it's perfect. So if you know if anyone who's looking for childcare, Bella's Creative Learning.
And one thing I want to mention too, I think you mentioned there are no income barriers. So
Yep.
it is a free program. They might have a sliding scale as well, but don't let the cost of preschool steer you away from this amazing program.
She said your children will learn and grow. High quality and affordable sites provided by professional partners, pre-academic and emotional skills to get ready for kindergarten. That's so
Aw.
important.
And emotional
I
skills.
remember when I was in kindergarten, I just always remember coloring the letter A and then apple
Over and over, right?
and
They should start with Z.
right.
Just switch it up.
Right. But they don't even do that. They're learning like what's one times one and pluses and addition. And I'm like, what?
So I wanted to mention my favorite person going into kindergarten. I think you know who it is. And he
My
told me
baby.
today he's very excited and he has a backpack.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me do this. If you're just tuning in, you are tuning into Clean Greens Living Live broadcast. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I'm so used to saying that because Clean Greens host a show on Rainier Avenue Radio. But today, you are just tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio with your host, Queen Bree and Robin T from Clean Greens Living Live.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a weekly show, but today we are here representing Rainier Avenue Radio on behalf of Clean Greens. And we have so much going on today. Plenty of things to get you going and ready for school.
Yes.
There's backpacks and books from African American Museum, Northwest African American Museum. Really good and like these are beautiful books.
Educational books.
Yeah, and novels and books for little ones, and books for a little bit older, and books for middle school children. They're really high quality too. All brand new,
Yes.
beautiful books.
So come down and get your baby some books, get your baby some school supplies. My babies are going back to school one next week, and my little kindergarten starts in a week. And we were just talking about how we're going to miss each other.
Oh,
He said he remembered the time when he went to preschool and he threw up in the trash because he was crying so hard because he missed me. And then I realized I may need to put my big girl face on. So he said that he's going to give me his bear when he's in class so I can think of him, and then I'm going to send him to school with a picture of me and
oh my
him.
God.
So, but he's
Yeah, because you two are kind of like besties. You two are really, really close.
yes, yes.
I mean, whether you like it or not.
No, I was just thinking to all these parents out here. I know you can feel me with this. I'm like, I am so excited that they're going to real life school because I'm like I've been in the house with them. So we've been together every day, all day. The kids don't sleep anymore because they're where's the energy being taken away? But also, I'm gonna miss them
Of
because I'm
course.
so used to having them with me. So it's gonna be so quiet. So we're all gonna have to readjust.
We'll check on you. We'll
Yes,
see
please
if
check
you're
on me.
okay. We'll do.
Yes, yes. Just know the first day of kindergarten, I will not be in good set of mind. I'll probably crying, but I have to put myself together because we will be broadcasting live that day.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make sure I take them to class, and then I'm gonna make sure that I'm back in time to broadcast Clean Greens Living Live that day.
Right.
But yeah. So I won't send help. I won't be doing good.
And yeah, if you're out there, a parent or even not a parent, you can come up here to Clean Greens Plaza, 116 21st Avenue. Come see the Clean Greens crew and the Rainier Avenue radio crew. Get all sorts of free food and school prep things you need, like backpacks and supplies and books. So don't be shy. We would love to see you.
Yes, and don't forget to stop by and get some Mary Kay.
Yes,
I'm
always.
gonna stop being shy about selling my Mary Kay. Okay, come get some Mary Kay for me. Okay.
That's the thing. We love supporting small businesses and independent
Yes.
side hustles and all of the above.
Yes, we got something out here for everybody. Even you hear the music lap going. So even if you want to come out here and just dance in this little spot in the parking lot, we having a good time out here. So come visit us at 116 21st Avenue in the parking lot of New Hope Baptist Church. We are broadcasting. Oh, it looks like Mr.
Do we
Jason is
have a
is
guest?
here from them. He's ready to come interview. So I
Okay, I'm gonna switch spots.
okay.
You get to guest with Queen Bree, and I will let you take it away.
Since I'm here. Yes, yes. Thank you. Now if they get the cha cha slide coming on this
I'm trying to
interview,
say, okay.
we might have to take a break and go cha cha slide.
It's the gospel cha cha,
Oh,
the
okay.
the gospel shuffle.
The gospel shuffle. So if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to Rainier Avenue Radio. It's your host Queen Bree from Clean Greens Living Live. We are up here at Clean Greens Plaza, located at 116 21st Avenue, the parking lot of 116 21st Avenue. We have Rainier Avenue in the house with us. We have Nam in the house with us. We have Deborah from Plan in the house with us. We have me some Mary Kay, my man in my house with Mary Kay in the house. So come join us. But right now, our guest
Hey, hey.
is Jason Turner with
Woohoo!
Nam, and they're out here giving away free books celebrating Freedom Weekend. So Jason, welcome to our show.
Yes, it's Freedom Weekend, and you know what? Let's see. I need to pull my information up here because I'm with Nam, but on Sunday we're going to have a program that is honoring W.E.B. Du Bois
Wow.
and his grandson is going to be the guest speaker on the show. So look on the website and find out the time for that. I know that's
Nice.
Sunday. I believe it is at 3, but it could be, yeah, it's around in that time frame.
So
Two,
check
two
out Nam.
o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. And I tell you what, W.E.B. Du Bois is just a iconic figure in our history. And the day that he died, 2 days later, Martin Luther King did his March on Washington. So, and his speech there, his famous I Have a Dream speech. So, I just wanted to give a shout out to Nam on that programming tip. But today, we're here at the parking lot at New Hope Church at 124 21st. We're in the parking lot here. And shout out to New Hope because I'm the lead musician there. That's my church. Pastor Jeffrey's my pastor, but I'm here with Nam as well, and we are doing our Kip book of Kip book giveaway, and
Kip,
that's Kip.
what is
Not
Kip?
Kip is knowledge is power.
Wow.
Knowledge is power, and then so if you got a youngin at home, look on our website for the next Kip giveaway. We're about to finish up here in about a half an hour. But if you get down here, there's free books. We have brand new free books that we give to the young people, K through 12.
So why is it so important for NAM to be giving out these free books?
Well, I tell you what. Now, in certain areas, certain income levels of people, they don't have money to go out sometimes and buy brand new books. A lot of brand new books are very expensive. I mean, you can get a used book or you can check out a book from a library, but we want kids to start their own personal libraries in their homes where they have their own books. And this is a way for them to start to have access to their own books where they can have the brand new book has never been used, has never been used by another person, and they can take it home, open it, read, and start your educational experience at home. Learn about iconic people in Black history. Black history is not as well mentioned in the school systems. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so we need more
exactly. Not on
ex-
the list.
right, that's right. And so we need more exposure to these iconic people and some of these black authors and writers that are writing books, especially designed for African Americans and BIPOC
Nice.
folks.
Because I remember like most books that were on were like struggle books, like, and we need to know our struggle,
Yeah,
but we also need like strong black lead. We also need strong voices.
right.
So, and then I hear that like reading with your children, reading and reading to your children is they will be more successful in school. They'll be more successful in math. They'll be more educated in a lot of things. So reading
Right.
is knowledge is power. Kip.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
And for those of you who don't know what NAM is
The Northwest African American Museum. And I'm Jason. I'm the educator there. I used to be the lead docent, but we're not open right now for tours yet. But we will be announcing an opening date in the near future.
Okay, nice. Well, thank you for joining us. Is there anything that you want to tell us? I know that we need to go to the website, NAM's website, to see about W.E. Du Bois
Yes,
and his grandson
yes,
tomorrow.
yes,
And then check out the next KIP giveaway.
yes.
We are here. They're here for another 30 minutes. Come to the parking
Yep,
lot of New Hope Baptist Church,
yep, yep.
um,
And
and
yep.
and check the local website for when they open back up.
That's right. That's
Thank.
right. And shout out to the Nam Ace Gospel Choir
Oh
that
yeah.
I'm directing, and and we're the only gospel choir of a black museum in the country, probably.
Nice.
That could be disputed. I don't know, but I think we
So
are.
NAM has a choir now.
Yeah, yeah, the Ace
Nice.
Choirs, and you can look at their. We have a video, and that's on our website too. But I just want to thank you, Brian, for letting me be here with you guys today, and hey, keep up the good work because I love what you're doing.
Thank you. And we will be back after these messages.
Hi, everybody. It is Robin T here. I am host of Clean Greens Living Live. We are broadcasting to you today from Rainier Avenue Radio.world, coming to you from Seattle, Washington at Clean Greens Plaza, 21st and Yesler. We are here today to celebrate Freedom Weekend with NAM. We are here today to give out fresh veggies with Clean Greens. We are here with free food giveaways from Rainier Avenue Radio. And I know you might be missing Queen Brie, but I have a very, very special guest with us right now. So not only is she a world famous singer,
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, almost. This is the youth coordinator at Clean Greens, Miss Samara.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Samara. Okay, tell us, how long have you been the coordinator for the kids program, and what is your role?
I say 2 years? No. Yeah, this would be my second year.
Good
Yeah,
job.
my second year.
Okay, so what is it like for you to do the kids program? What does it entail? What does it consist of?
You really have to be patient and be firm because you're working with kids like every Saturday and all they want to do is play
Mm-hmm.
because they think it's playtime, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have to really be firm and um, and communicate to where they understand.
Yeah, you're so good at it, and they do have fun. So, what are you doing if it's not just playtime?
We, well, I and my brother, because he's my assistant. We are teaching them about like vegetables, and we're showing them vegetables and quizzing them and stuff. So yeah, and we made like boxes so they can plant and stuff. So yeah.
Ooh, I saw that day. That was pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I saw that we all got to. Okay, because I say we because I've never really drilled things till just recently.
Yeah.
But the kids were using drills, making their own veggie boxes.
Mhm. They knew exactly what to do. Like they were too excited.
They were so good. What was your favorite part about that?
My favorite part?
Yeah.
My favorite part is when we got finished with it. That was my favorite part. I loved that part
You
because it was
saw
time to go home.
You saw it through, though. You saw it through. It
Yeah.
was so cute. Some of them were just jumping right in with teamwork. And then there was a special guest that day. Who was the helper? It's another Ray. Okay. So I
Ray.
was.
It was Ray.
It was Ray from Yes Farm, Black Farmers Collective.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think I missed it, but you had a farm visit recently.
Yeah, we had one last week. Yeah, it was last week. We just got a tour of the farm. So yeah, that's all.
At Yes Farm.
Yeah. Oh, and the kids got to take home vegetables and fruit. I think it was just fruit. I'm not sure.
That's so cool. So, how is Yes Farm? Because that's right here in the city, whereas Clean Greens Farm is out
Super far.
in super far, is out in the boonies, basically. But you have spent time at both farms. So,
Yeah.
what's the difference between what's Yes Farm like? I haven't been there.
Okay, Yes Farm. Since it's in the city, it's not a lot of bugs.
Oh my god.
It's not a lot of bugs. It's more like it's not your average farm like, oh, here's a row of this and a row of that, you know?
Uh huh.
It's like groups of things, of different things. And then the far out in Duval is just like your average farm you see on TV, you know?
Well, it also has cows.
Yeah,
I mean-
cows too. Cows and horses, all that.
The cows are neighbors, but they're
Yeah.
really there. They're really
Yeah,
there.
in the city farm, you ain't really got that. That's where I need to be in the city.
Oh my gosh. You're not getting used to the bugs yet?
No, oh my
Okay,
goodness.
fine.
I'll still go and help out, you know, but I'm not a fan of the bugs at all.
That's so funny. And if you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Samara. Samara is the youth program coordinator for Clean Greens Market. We are broadcasting from Clean Greens Plaza, which is 116 21st Avenue in Seattle. And we are here broadcasting from Rainier Avenue Radio World, and we have tons of food to give away, and we're talking about our kids program right now. So, about how many kids are in the program?
There are at least, that come every Saturday, there are at least like maybe 10. There'll be like, 10 maybe on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's some that don't come.
Well, you are doing a good job, I know, because I have heard there is a lot of interest and a waiting list for the kids program.
Oops, sorry.
You're like, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
consider getting another assistant now.
Yeah, a more assistant that is my age, because I'm gonna need help if we're gonna get more kids.
That's right. Yeah. No, they love you. They
Yeah,
love you,
I
and
hope
you're
so.
doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
It's really fun. So, what else are you doing this summer?
Working.
Isn't some? Oh wait, is summer over?
It's almost over. Yeah.
And you graduated. Congratulations!
Thank you.
And you've been having performances throughout the city this summer.
I had
Anything
one
else?
last week?
Oh,
I think. Yeah, it was last week.
Oh, nice. Okay, anything else coming up? Any events we need to go see Samara sing?
Not as of right now.
Okay, well, we
Yeah.
will keep an eye out. And I think you're getting off easy today because I think maybe if Queen Bree was here interviewing, you'd have to sing right on the spot. But
Probably.
I'm gonna spare you
Maybe.
unless you want to because it would be amazing as it always is.
I'll just wait for the paid gig.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
that's the inspo for the day. Waiting for the paid gig, and here's the thing: you're so worth it.
Thank you.
You are so worth it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take that energy with me, like into the start of the school year and into the fall. And I think, you know what that leads me to think of, like abundance. That's the thing,
Yes.
and
Yes.
worth. Your worth, and your and we're out here growing veggies, and don't the veggies just grow?
Yep.
Like, how big are the zucchinis?
Super big.
Right?
They are
There's
super big.
enough food for everyone, and we're here giving it away. So
Yes.
we are very grateful for you, Samara,
Thank
for
you.
all the work you do at Clean Greens Farm and for braving the bugs. And appreciate having you here. Come
Stepping
back
out of
and
my comfort zone.
right, yeah, that's what we're all doing all the time, and that's the way we all build here. Staying comfortable is not getting us anywhere, so we're all doing our part. And thank you so much. You feel free to come back and talk to us again while we're here at Clean Greens Plaza. And I would love it if you grab Queen Bee and bring her back over.
Okay.
And thank you again for everything you do.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Oh, now Queen Bee is here at the produce giveaway. And if you are just tuning in, it is Robin T here coming to you from Rainier Avenue Radio. We are broadcasting live from Clean Greens Plaza. We have free food to give away to you today. Please come see us. There's also a whole book giveaway from the Northwest African American Museum here in Seattle. Ooh, look, we switched spots. It's okay. Wait, switch it around. Yep, it's a trick one.
Oh, it
It's
is.
a trick one.
It's
Yeah,
for the lefties.
it goes before. Yes, and this is right because I realize that if you have a,
A bun?
a tall hairstyle today, the what is this? The headband part? What is this?
Yes.
The
It's like a
headphone.
high bun,
The
high little
headphone goes in front of
poop
it,
type of day.
and then it'll keep the whole look.
So what did you guys talk about?
And just so you know, yeah, this is a radio show, but you can also watch. So Queen Bree is back, and I was speaking with Samara, and we talked all about, well, her famous her career going on. She said she has no gigs coming up, but she is going to wait for the paid gigs. And I said yes, because you're worth it. And we talked about all the great work she is doing at Clean Greens.
Yes.
And about how good she is with the kids.
Yes, she's really good with the kids. It's so funny because like I'm broadcasting live on a Rainier Avenue Radio, and we are hosts of Clean Greens Living Live, and my kids are also out here with me, and they don't care about what kind of title I have or what I'm doing at the time. They are over here trying to give me looks to give me to tell
I saw
them.
the looks.
Yeah, they wanted to show me all the things they got, and I'm like, I'm working. Anyways, um, if you're just tuning in, you are tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio. It's your host from Clean Greens Living Live, Queen Bree and Robin T. We are out here at Clean Greens Plaza with Rainier Avenue Radio, NAM, um, Bella's Creative Learning Center, Plan, and then there's a Mary Kay table out here. Um, give me.
I love it. We got
Right.
so much going on here to get you ready for back to school or just to have a really fun weekend. You can come up and get free food. You can vibe with us, listen to music, hang out,
I
chat.
went to go look and see what was inside the boxes. So they do have meat, and
Okay.
they have bell peppers. They have some vegetables. They have some fruit. They have bread. They have straws. So come out here and get your free food, free produce, free books for your children.
Mhm.
I love that NAM is providing free new books
Yeah, they're
for
new.
families. And you weren't around when he explained that one, not only are people of color and low income people not able to go out and buy them brand new books. I mean, they can buy used or go to the library, but they're not able to go out and buy brand new books. One, and in the schools, which they need to start doing better, their list of books. Oh, that's okay. We've already talked about them. We're pretty informative. Their list of books aren't always geared towards people of color. And so
Yeah.
they wanted to offer that. And NAM, we always say NAM, but NAM is Northwest African American Museum.
Thank you.
So when we say NAM, we mean Northwest African American Museum. They're out here giving away free books. Knowledge is power. They call it KIP. Knowledge is power.
Ooh.
And I remember reading this years ago. I'm not going to directly quote it because I don't remember, but I remember them saying, children who have libraries in their house are going to be more successful than kids who do not. So me being the mother I am, I went out and got a whole, like, every time there was like a free book, yes, I need a book for my kids. So we have like this whole bookshelf of books for them to read. So
I
yes.
love it. And that's been our theme a little bit in the last couple shows and things we've been talking about is taking the time to read and, you know, maybe even reading together. But I love that you did that. It reminds me of like finally upgrading like a bookshelf from my daughter's little kid one. And we go through the books quite often, but it's always a good reminder. And you know what just came to me is that gift yourself some time to read. Doesn't it feel like we shouldn't stop and read because we're supposed to be doing stuff all the time?
Oh my God. Like even when I try to read, I'm trying to get that out of my head because when I sit down to read a book, mind you, before I had kids, I could finish a book in a day or two. If it was really interesting, it's a day.
Yeah.
But now it's like I can't even sit down for like 20 minutes to give myself that time.
Yeah.
But I like how you said gift yourself.
Yeah.
Because I always thinking I'm reading this book and there's other things I can do. But all of that stuff will be there. And like Charnay said, I like how you remembered that. If you have time to watch TV, you have time to read a book.
Yeah.
Now don't stop watching us right now. Later, after 3, go read you some books. So, and you know what? I never mentioned this. I don't know if you know this. For a little bit, I'm gonna start it back up. Me and Coriel started this little Instagram, YouTube.
I love that.
Story time with Pops.
Storytime with Pops was cute. I was a fan.
You were a fan?
Oh,
I'm
a subscriber of Storytime with Pops. It was so funny.
It was.
You two are so funny with
I
that.
had to stop it because he got a little besides himself as the star of the show, and he felt like he could talk back. And so, I mean, it was kind of funny because we also have this relationship where we like I play fight with him and stuff. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna take a break, but we're gonna come back because he actually loves to read and he loves learning, and I don't want him to lose sight of that. And we talking a lot about the kids too because it's back to school, and we want to make sure that you guys are prepared. We have plan out here giving away free extra supplies if you need it. There's some PPE stuff out here if you need it for your children. Making sure that you're just prepared. Like, I don't know. I'm like, should I send them to school with gloves? Am I doing too much?
You know what? It just made me think, because another one of the Clean Greens family here it just looked at me and said, "How do you feel about school?" Like, oh, moms get a moment or parents get a moment to check in with themselves and be like, "This has been." I remember when you were like, "This has been a whole pandemic." Like, what? How do we feel? And we can talk about that as well because to get ourselves ready and just the transition, it's going to be a transition, and there's excitement, there's anxiety, everything is unknown. And if you are feeling any kind of way about it and you just want to talk or chat and come get veggies and just see how other people feel, like, we're out here and we're up here.
And you can also chat back to us right now, call in live, right? Or you could chat back and say stuff. We may see it.
Oh, we've got Lori saying hello.
Hi, Lori, and go Clean Greens. Thank
and
you.
And Mandisa.
Yes. What was I gonna say? I'm kind of excited yet scared. Like I get excited, then I pray really hard because I'm like, you should not be this excited because. And then even Coriel brought me like his school picture from preschool and was like, I like school in person, and just dropped it on my bed. It was like just a couple
He's
more
so
weeks.
subtle.
Right, right. He really likes school, and I'm excited for them to be able to go back inside of school. I am a little bit nervous because I've been around kids. I'm not worried about him because he has become this germaphobe to the point where I have been woken up in the middle of the night because he's used the bathroom and he's scared and he needs to wash his hands. So
Mm.
the other night, I wake up to this kid. He's like, I need to wash my hands, but I'm scared and I'm dead asleep. So I'm like, just turn on my light. I'm right here. Then I woke up maybe like 15 minutes later. He's like, I need some hand sanitizer. And I'm like,
Aw.
why do you need hand sanitizer if you just washed your hands?
Yeah, and you're just at home, like you're
Right,
fine.
right. He was like, well, because I thought I had to use the bathroom again, and I touched the toilet, so now I need hand
Oh
sanitizer. And I'm like, just go
goodness,
wash them again. But
kids in the age of this,
right,
you
so
know.
he is very adamant. If you don't wash your hands, he's checking, making sure. So I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about other people's kids. But in small token, I'm excited to have my time back to be able to work and focus on work and not have to push myself on mute every now and then.
Right, that mute thing is so fun, and we've been broadcasting our Clean Greens show every week
Yep.
with everyone at home
Yes.
this whole time with with our favorite engineer,
D
D Money.
Money. We appreciate him and his feedback. He is so hilarious. One time I almost had to like shut down because I
I
was
know.
laughing hard.
I
I was
know.
trying. Oh my god, it was funny.
I know.
But yeah, so you are just if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio, and it's your host from Clean Greens Living Live. Let's talk about what's happening this afternoon
Okay, this afternoon, what do we got? We
at
got
five.
a
Sorry,
lot of oh, the later
later on this.
event
Is that
is,
this evening or afternoon? Late
I
afternoon.
mean, twilighty time. No, don't
It's
let
a,
us get too far.
right. It's around the time that I usually go home and start nestling in that couch.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna come out because it's important. It's rallying for
yeah.
our rights to vote.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. And Rainier Avenue Radio is gonna be there because they're always at all the community events that really matter and that are really bringing people together and uplifting and informing. Rainier Avenue Radio has like 70 shows.
Yes.
Sometimes I sit and wonder if Daniel has to do every show. If D Money, I'm like, does he get to sleep or does he do every show? Okay, and he's not going to answer because he's not on live, but it's something I think about. They're all working very hard at Rainier Avenue Radio.
And just so you know, D Money, I so enjoy you and your kitty. Um, because he has a cat that he likes to post, and he does little cute posts with his cats.
Oh,
So join us later on tonight at 5. We will be broadcasting live from with Rainier Avenue Radio. Um, it's the rally for
voters'
voters'
rights.
rights, and this has come in the important anniversary of the March on Washington, where Dr. Martin Luther King gave his famous speech, "I Have a Dream." Um, all I can say is that we have to keep fighting. I mean, it's like 58 years later. People, you know what? It's 58 years later. Like my mom was born in these moments where we were fighting for our justice, and people are like they act like it's so far gone, but we are still fighting, and it's important. If your votes didn't matter, they wouldn't be out here trying to suppress it.
And they're really working hard to suppress votes.
They are working
So
so hard to suppress votes.
any way you can just learn about that and find ways, it's of course a tragedy that they're trying to suppress votes, but that's how it's been. And so we're out here informing and rallying and reminding people that your votes matter, and that is exactly the point that Clean Breed is mentioning, and that I love when you mention this because they wouldn't be trying to suppress or get you not to vote if your vote didn't matter.
Yes.
And that's the lesson here right now. And so if you think it doesn't matter to vote, it
Yeah.
exactly does. And it's not as hard to vote here in Washington
No.
and in Seattle. There's drop boxes, there's mail-in voting. But when you go to events like this, you can find out a lot of things you need to know, like how do I get my ballot if I moved?
Yep.
You know, where's my districts? You know, how do I get involved? And you know, it's something I started doing like several years ago, but it really feels good is voting not on all of the big elections, in the primaries and the off elections.
Those are the most important.
Yeah.
People don't realize that, and they teach us that on purpose.
Exactly. It is on purpose. Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah,
go there because I
yeah,
love.
yeah. They don't teach us that stuff on purpose. It is
Yeah.
like the primary, the smaller votes, because when you're voting in your judges, when you're voting in your mayor,
Mm.
when you're voting in your lawmakers, those are the people that are making the decisions. And then once it starts to go up, it still matters, but it doesn't matter. It matters in the beginning stages
Yep.
because they're the ones who's getting that stuff by. So we don't just vote for a president. We got to vote for who our judges are, who our attorney generals are,
Yep.
who our lawmakers are. What else am I missing?
I mean, there's things like port commissioner and
Yeah.
and things going on behind the scenes, sheriffs,
Sheriffs.
and that is real important. Hmm.
Yes. So it's the fact that they don't teach you that in school just shows you that it's purposeful. Because
Exactly.
you want to make sure you got the right sheriff in town. You want to make sure you got the right prosecuting
And
attorney.
and they're doing things in schools where they're trying to erase certain parts of U.S. history. And remember,
Yes.
there was land here and people here before United States and before colonial settlers came here, but also they're trying to erase the history all the way. So we got to continue showing up, unfortunately, but also when we show up at these things, we get to engage. And
And
here, there's a lot of laughter going on
right.
because we're really
We're
having a
having a
good
good
time amidst
right.
all this.
Right. It's like I almost was like, what's
I
happening?
know,
Like I
I
feel
know,
like
me
I'm
too, right?
out of the crew.
We're usually in on the joke. No, just kidding.
Right, right. I feel a little left out, but we're doing something so important on Rainier Avenue Radio, which is a local radio that is live 24 hours. They have over 70 shows, music, talk show, informative, traffic jam, sports. I think it's so cute that they do kids sports.
It
I
is
mean, youth
so cute.
sports, young
Yeah.
adult sports. Just September 4th, check their listing because they're going to start back football for high school football. I know he
Yeah.
said Rainier Beach, but I
Rainier and
forgot.
Tahoma? Mount Tahoma? Is that
I
what it's
think
called?
so. I forgot. I know it's Rainier Beach versus another school. So check the local listings. Follow us on Rainier Avenue Radio on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube.
And if you're more of a youthful individual, you might want to check out on Twitch. Okay, I didn't even say it right. On the Twitch. No, just kidding. But there's an app. Rainier Avenue Radio has an app,
Yes.
which is so convenient because you can listen or watch whenever. Well, actually, 24/7. They're
Yes.
broadcasting 24/7.
And don't forget to check Rainier Avenue Radio, who are not only a local radio station. They also have a giveaway every Saturday on 23rd. So when you see those people out there honking, with the food and the radio, they are out there giving away fresh food, and we will be joining them.
Yeah.
We will be joining them with fresh produce starting next weekend.
That's a beautiful thing. I
Yes.
love when I drive by them on the 23rd and I
Me
honk
too.
and they're like thinking I'm just honking. I'm like, no, I know who you are. I know you're Rainier
Right.
Avenue Radio.
I feel
I'm
like
trying
I've
to
honked in way too before. That's why when I was talking, I said hunk, but I was like, wait, no, that
I
was
know.
you
I
honking.
knew what you meant.
That was me honking, saying, hey.
Yeah, there's like a way to honk nicely when you want to see somebody you're so excited to see and you're driving.
Yes, and if you know of
I
anyone,
definitely do it.
if you know of anyone who needs fresh food, fresh produce, please come see us. That's what Clean Greens is all about: is providing fresh, organic produce to families in need, low income families, and we always say in need, but low income families are low income families. And even if you're working and you're still struggling to pay your bills, you are considered someone who needs this food because where you can relieve having to get fresh produce because in the stores they can be expensive,
Yeah.
especially organic.
And there's so many expenses today. There's just no judgment on this. I mean, especially in this city where the income gap is so wide between
And rent.
who has a lot of money and who has a little. There's not a whole lot of in between. So if you're anywhere in there and you're like, this just might help me get to next week so that I can also buy other things that everyone should be able to get. You
When
don't
I
have
was-
to be destitute to come up and get some veggies, but also especially if you or someone in need, just send them over.
Yeah, like I feel like growing up, if I was growing up in my time, I would be considered middle class. But now I'm still considered low income
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a
Mm-hmm.
family of six, and rent is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, please come out here if you need it. There's no judgment. We do take donations. Rainier Avenue Radio has their giveaway. If you know of anybody who needs anything, let us know. We also have Plan out here who has extra supplies for going back to school. If you need it or you know of someone who needs it, any other resources that you want to share with us and get our community out here helping families in need, just let us know.
I love that. And I wanted to talk about something special about our giveaway. And the thing is the produce is amazing. It is grown on a farm. Oh, don't we have the best farmer?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, we
Tommy
have
Willis.
the best farmer. He works so hard,
Yeah.
so hard, and
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
something about him, veggies just grow,
he's so
grow.
informative.
Yeah, and he knows so much. And so these veggies are amazing. These veggies are the ones you would get at the best restaurants in town.
I feel like I should go peace out or you go get some vegetables so we can show them. What do you
Okay,
think?
grab
Okay,
veggies. Oh
keep
my god,
talking.
now no, it's okay. I'll keep talking.
You
No
got it?
problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Queen Bree's gonna get some veggies to show you. So this is what I mean is these veggies are going out in the free giveaway, but they're also the same exact veggies that our CSA members pay for to support the program. So there's no difference. There's no difference between an income level and you getting any better quality vegetables. This is all about access to the same veggies that people would be able to pay for, you get for free. And not only are they beautiful, but they have all the nutrition available as well. So that's kind of one of the reasons it's grown, and it's grown in abundance. And you can come get any of these veggies. And hey, if you're new to the veggie game, we will talk to you about how to cook them, how to prepare them, different uses. And Queen Bee is back with some of the beautiful veggies. I was mentioning to them that these are the same veggies you get if you pay for it and you're a member of the CSA. See, we're always getting farm dirt on us, and we don't even care anymore.
Right. I don't even care that I'm dirty and I got other things to do.
It's like I was saying, if you don't have like a bunch of veggies in your car seat, like what are you even doing? Because you can just come grab these. You can put some carrots in your purse. Those are so pretty.
These are so pretty, and I hear they're so good.
Yeah, they're so sweet. They really are. There's a huge difference.
Look at this squash and zucchini. Look
Those
at
are
this.
so
Look how
pretty.
big these are.
And those are the meat. Those are kind of the small ones.
Right. These are on the smaller side.
Yeah, yeah. But really, it's just abundance.
These pickles, but they look like pickles, but they are cucumbers.
Those are the cucumbers that can make pickles.
Yes. Our kale does so well. Oh my
The
god,
kale
this
is
kale.
so pretty.
If it wasn't organic, I probably would take a bite out of crime, but we gotta soak it. Just know that our vegetables are organic, so you do have to clean them.
Well, but it also means you don't have to clean pesticides off of
Yeah,
them.
no, you don't have
So
to.
you're only cleaning off dirt.
Yeah.
Whereas other veggies, you need to clean off all these icky pesticides which get in the ground and which harm the workers and
Yep.
anyone on the farm.
And your insides.
What? Yeah,
And your
your
insides.
insides, and then it gets into the waterways. So this is another reason, and these are things we learn here with Clean Greens. Look at
Do
those.
you see how big these beets are?
They're really that big.
These are huge. They are as big as they look on TV.
And some are golden beets.
The golden
So
beets?
you may already know about golden beets, but you might not.
These are golden beets. I didn't know that there was a difference. I'm new to this beet game.
Yeah.
But now that I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on the beat.
Yeah.
I'm on the beat with beets.
What are you going to do? You're going to
Juice
Yep.
them. Look, it was like, who am I? Like, I'm like, these are so big and juicy.
Yeah, those are amazing
I
beets.
can't wait to juice these
Yeah.
and drink them
Okay,
up.
I want to give out a personal beet tip.
Mhm.
So, these greens are usable and edible too.
Ooh.
And so are these stems. Because when they
Nice.
have all those colors in them, they're going to have a lot of different vitamins, right?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like,
You can juice
saute-
this part.
Okay, juice that part. But what
Yeah.
about this part?
Yes, you can juice that part. But
Hey.
you can also saute these up just like you would use your
Nice.
kale or your chard.
Nice. Chard.
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 Chart. Okay. So yes,
But
beautiful.
also, so her tip, that's a good tip. But then when you notice that these look a little raggedy, there's still some good. So just rip these off and
Yeah.
still eat the beet.
Yeah, this part, the bulb part, lasts a long time. So you
Yes.
can get some beets and you can put them in your fridge, and they'll last for a good while, and then you can cook them later
And
or
this
juice them later.
this has been your moments on Beat with the Beats.
That was our beet
I'm
segment.
so corny, I can't help it.
We love being corny. We got farm jokes. That's
Oh my
another
God.
thing about working for a farm. There's puns, there's jokes, there's funny looking carrots.
Yeah, I remember that time that bag was full of leeks.
There was a bag full of leeks that had all these leeks.
They really had leeks in it. The leeks, the vegetables. Okay.
Oh, those leeks were good. This right now it's bunch onions. There's those
Oh yeah,
little
bunch of
those chives onions.
those chives onions smell so good. It makes me
They
want to
smell
just go
so
make
good.
sour cream and chive potatoes. It makes me want to go
Ooh,
saute them for no reason. It's just
saute them
oh
for no reason.
and Rainier Avenue Radio has potatoes. So if you come pick up some potatoes and then use some of our onions and put some sour cream and chive potato, oh my gosh,
Seriously, it's
so
gonna be
good.
good. I actually did that. You know what? I had a little funny thing that I cut up some of the chard stems to put in my potato salad. Which okay, don't get mad at me for doing weird things with potato salad. I know there's a whole thing.
Hey, I don't judge it. I just won't eat it.
And I just started making potato salad. So I do it super, super simple. Okay. But that's the thing.
Note to self: don't eat Robert's
You get
potato
some
salad.
onions and you get some, all I do, you know what? I don't even know what is good for potato salad, but
No, go ahead.
I don't put eggs in. So I don't know. I just put pickles and celery and onions.
Pickle celeries and onions. Okay. And Robin's vegan. That's why she doesn't put eggs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Well, I always
I'm
give you that.
plant based.
She's plant based.
So I try to eat mostly plants.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I have like vegan mayo and mustard. But anyways, like sometimes I'll chop up something else
I think what you said in the
for some
beginning
color.
were some bases. I don't make potato salad. I just eat it.
Okay.
And I don't eat it with raisins.
No, I
I
wouldn't.
don't want any surprises.
No, I don't try to
Yeah.
go
Oh no,
off,
I'm not saying you
off
put them in
the.
there, but I'm just saying like
I know,
I
right?
just know
Though.
raisins do not go in there. And
Yeah.
it was just I don't know why people put grapes in there. Like people
Yeah.
experiment with this potatoes for us non-plant based potatoes, mayo, onion, relish. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
that's where I do pickles.
Yeah, I'm not sure about celery, but hey, to
Oh,
each his own.
really? Oh, I'm
I don't
sorry. I
know.
thought that was a standard. See, I'm
It
telling you,
could be.
I'm
It
new.
could be. It could be. I don't cook
I'm
it. I
new
just
to
eat
potato
it.
salad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potato salad is like if I go to a barbecue, I'll eat potato salad, but it's not like my favorite dish. I'm like, I
Oh, I
gotta learn
love
how
it.
to make it. Now, if you need some greens, I'll tell you how to make some greens or some macaroni and cheese, some dressing, but potato salad is not my jam.
Yeah, see, and go ahead and leave the fruit out of it.
Yes, please.
So on a salad, like Daniel's enjoying a nice salad right now, but on a
This made me more
salad,
hungry.
I'll put fruit all day on a salad. I'll put berries. I will cut up local peaches, apples,
I wish I could
all
remember the
day.
name of these salads that I've been getting from Safeway. They have been so good. Like, and I want to learn how to make it myself because I want it more fresh. But it's like kale, it's sunflower seeds. One of them had, and I usually don't do fruit in my salad, but
Oh,
one of
really?
them had, yeah, cranberries in it.
Mhm.
One of them had, I promise you, I think it has some kohlrabi in it because
Ooh.
it looked like kohlrabi and it was very hearty, and those salads were so delicious.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm a fan of fruit in my salad now.
Okay,
I
good.
used to I used to be like straight. Do not mix my fruit with my salad. Do
Mm.
not mix my chocolate with my mint. No, thank you.
You're one of those don't mix chocolate with mint.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That's funny.
My daughter loves it.
I
hate
love
it.
it too. I have a family member that is like, no way.
No, it doesn't go.
So-
It doesn't go. Or and I don't want my chocolate with my strawberries. I'll do my chocolate with some almonds
See, I'm good
or
with
some
that too.
caramel. No, thank you. Or no blueberries. What the heck? Who are you guys?
And so that's the thing. We all, you know what? One time my daughter learned to say, it's just not my cup of tea, instead of like putting someone down for their own food preference. So, you know, anything is welcome here. But we got the veggies to experiment with. So, and
Yeah,
if
it's
you
not
are,
my scene.
yeah, and if you are just tuning in,
You're tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host from Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted off of Rainier Avenue Radio every Thursday live from 3:30 to 4 p.m. So if you're enjoying us and we are making you laugh with our corny farm jokes, or if you just love looking at our beautiful faces, please join us live every Thursdays from 3:30 to 4. We talk about everything from farm to real life community things like voter suppression, um, things that are happening in our community, reparations, health, mental health, spiritual, and we have a lot of experts on. We have Dr. Alicia coming back in September. Bye. We have Dr. Alicia coming back in September. We have Estella Ortega coming back. We have, oh my gosh, what's her name? From CAGJ.
Oh, Heather Day.
Heather Day's coming back.
Yep.
Um,
These are some of our favorite guests. So
these are
we have
favorite
done,
guests, our favorite women,
yeah,
strong leaders
yep.
in their work. Dr. Alicia, she's going to be doing Labor Week the week before.
Oh,
So
and that
she's,
is such an important issue. She does so much good work. You're not
listen,
gonna want to miss that show.
following her and her getting deeper and deeper into what she does, it makes me realize like when I was going through, I've been pregnant 4 times, had 4 deliveries, and it made me realize that I wasn't tripping with my experience, and my experience was crazy most of
Oh,
the
really?
times. Yeah, like I mean, I remember out of 4 pregnancy, I had one peaceful experience with the nurse, but then I ended up having blood clots, and I still to this day don't even know what it was, how it happened. Like there was nothing explained to me. It was like all this stuff came out of me the wrong way. I think I threw up and it squirted out, and then the doctor came in and did her thing, and then they were just pressing on my belly, and it was never really explained to me what was going on with my body. And then with my boys, both of my boys, the doctors sent me home when I was in real life labor. The second time, I refused to leave because the first time it was so traumatic. As soon as I got to the hospital, I was ready to push. So they sent me home, and I'm like hot in labor, and I get back to the hospital, and I'm ready to push. The second time, I refused to leave the hospital, but they didn't admit me. And
Oh my
so
God.
they finally admitted me hours later, but I had to come back because my labor pains wasn't picking up on the stupid machine.
So this is a heavy topic, you
Yeah.
know. Thank you for sharing. It really brings to mind some other things we've talked about on the show with Dr. Alicia, and you know, there's still locally people gathering
Yes.
for a young child who lost her life in the medical system
System.
here because she was explaining, and that's the thing. Um, when you're not listened to,
Yep.
and
And it happens
racism
a lot in the
in
African
medicine.
American community.
Yeah, so
And
that,
postpartum, I meant to mention that because I mean, for sure with Kalani, but postpartum as well is like you said, they don't listen to us and their things aren't explained to us, and we don't know how to deal with it. And then like I mean, our Kalani who was 12
yeah, let's okay,
passed
so
away.
that was Kalani Bolton,
Passed
um
away. Um,
was having trouble breathing.
she was having an asthma attack. In the middle of an asthma attack, she went to one emergency room, and they had her waiting forever. And then I think when they finally let her in, they sent her to another place. And when she got to that place, they didn't know how to use the machine. And then by the time she got to Children's, it was pretty much too late for her.
And ultimately they weren't like taking it seriously. They
No.
weren't taking her seriously, they weren't taking her family seriously, and they weren't giving her care that she deserved. And so yeah, it's a heavy topic, but it's things we are always here to talk about, and we really want to support the family and the information they're trying to get out, but also when we have Dr. Alicia on, one of the times she came on talking about ways to advocate for yourself, you know,
I
because
need water.
okay, because if the system is going to let down um, community members and let down African American community when they come into get medical care, then you know Dr. Alicia will share some tips about how to advocate for yourself. So if you are just tuning in, this is Robin T. We are broadcasting from Clean Greens Plaza here at Rainier Avenue Radio, And we are going to go to a commercial break. So please listen to these messages, and we will see you again in a few minutes.
Welcome back, guys. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning to Rainier Avenue Radio, and today it is Clean Greens Takeover. It's your host, Clean Greens. It's your host, Queen Bree, and Robin T from Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted on Rainier Avenue Radio every Thursdays, 3:30 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you can listen on the Rainier Avenue Radio app or our favorite platforms,
Facebook, YouTube,
Twitch,
Twitch.
tune in,
Tune
tune
in.
in.
And people always ask, what is the show about on Rainier Avenue Radio? And it's kind of hard because I know we're an extension of Clean Greens Farm and Market, which is a local farm who is dedicated to providing fresh organic vegetables to families in need. We also are run by our CSAs as well and volunteers. But we also have a radio show, and it's kind of hard to say exactly what we do because we talk about what's going on the farm. We talk about giving back. We talk about volunteering. We talk about mental health. We talk about things in the community as far as voting, voter suppression, reparations. We talk about so many things, exercising. I feel like that picture you posted of me Thursday, I was cracking up. I was like, I look crazy like an auntie, but I cleaned it up for the show. But also, I was like, I look thinner because I have been out here putting in this work on this farm, and then even out here every Saturdays. We're out here every Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. giving out fresh organic vegetables to our community. Rainier Avenue Radio is also out on 23rd every Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. giving out food. And so what we discussed today is that we're going to start partnering with them to give out food. So we will also be out on 23rd Avenue giving out fresh produce. So fresh produce, food like canned food, meats, bread, salads. I seen potatoes over there. Now, if you put the potatoes with our chive onions,
So good.
oh my god, I'm already like I need to go home and make some. I think that's what I want for dinner tonight. I want a baked potato with some sour cream and chive.
I've been doing potatoes like
Sprinkle a little salt and
several
pepper.
times a week forever. That's like my thing. Yeah.
I try not to eat potatoes so much because I love potatoes so much. Oh my god, potatoes are so good. And I know this is so off the subject, but you know what I love too? It's sweet potato fries. I have not made none at home yet.
Really?
But I haven't because I was kind of scared to. But when I went to what is this? Duke's Chowder House? Is that what it's called? Their sweet potato fries melt in my mouth. Their sweet potato fries are so good. Just made me remember that I have it in the fridge and it's a week old, so I can eat it now.
So I don't think you can really mess up sweet potato fries. They can either be like how I make them, which is all right, or they could be really good, but they're always going to be good.
Delicious.
Yeah, they're always going to taste good. So
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
I'm challenging you or encouraging you to try it soon, and I think it'll be exciting and good.
Challenge accepted.
And I was going to talk about too how you were mentioning how great you look at the farm, and that's the thing is like we always love ourselves and feel great. Society puts a lot of pressure to look a certain way, but it's kind of about health too, not necessarily just how we look. Like if you're like just on part of your journey, like th- how we eat is such a big thing. It's such a part of our lives, but like the thing is like it's all just about experimenting, and we've got the veggies. If you are used to eating them all the time and you know everything to do with them, or if you just want to try a couple here and there, but you're gonna feel better.
You know what that made me think of is Zeke, Healthy Human. Follow Zeke, Healthy Human, Instagram. I love when we have it on the show because, like you said, we always talk about our physical appearance. But Zeke talked a lot about your inner appearance. Like we had him on to talk about our health, but he kept mentioning being a healthy human.
Yeah.
Your mind, body, and spirit. So not only feeling good inside, but being good to others. And once you're feeling good inside, taking care of yourself, and being good to others, all that other stuff will come to pass. Yes, we should be physically taking care of ourselves, but if we're not feeling good inside with what we eat and what we're doing, we're kind of defeating the purpose. So
Right.
that reminded me of Zeke, healthy human on Instagram.
Yeah, and Zeke was a
Again,
person, a guest on the show that came on twice as well.
yeah,
And so we've got some of our favorite recurring
yes,
repeat guests this month coming up in September. It's
yeah,
a really great lineup. And I had an idea because Clean Greens Farm has so many amazing volunteers, and I had an idea if I could run it by you to bring up our CSA helper extraordinaire, Mark, to talk to you.
yes.
Okay, I
Okay,
thought you might like it.
okay.
Okay.
Am I doing Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go grab him, see
Okay,
if he's
she's gonna grab Mark.
available, and let you go with it.
Okay, and then I have to scoot over, so we're gonna see. Oh, you going that way? So if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio. It's your host, Queen Bree from Clean Greens Living Live. We broadcast off of Rainier Avenue Radio every Thursdays live from 3:30 to 4. We have been enjoying ourselves on Rainier Avenue Radio. You can listen to Rainier Avenue Radio on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Rainier Avenue Radio has an app. There are many more ways. If you go check us out on Facebook and check out our local listings, you'll find out some different ways that you can check out not only Clean Greens and Living Live, but Rainier Avenue Radio and all the other great shows that they have available. They have talk shows, they have night shows. It's 24 hours a day. So there's talk shows, night shows, nighttime talk. There's traffic talk. There's alternative languages radio shows. There's music. There's all kind of things. Hey, there's Mark.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Wow.
Mark. Mark, you want to introduce yourself to our? Have you ever been a guest on our show?
I have not, no.
How have we not ever had you a guest on our show?
Because you know better.
Mark is an esteemed professor. Are you a doctor? Do you have
I
a
am. I do.
Oh, we
Yes.
should be calling you Dr. Mark.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh. Mark is so. Hey, it's Gary. Sorry, he's one of my favorite volunteers. um, so Mark, back to Mark. Sorry,
Right. All right.
saw someone more important. Mark. So Mark is our faithful volunteer. He is very humble with his title. He is a doctor. He is a professor at Seattle U. He gave the speech to our last harvest dinner, and it was beautifully written, beautifully spoken about the importance of giving back. Right?
uh, the importance of giving back, and how Clean Greens really speaks back to a lot of systemic issues that have driven food injustice.
Yeah. See, you
Yeah.
answered that pretty well, and you don't want to be on the show.
I didn't say I didn't want to be on it. I just
Amanda. Sorry, you're a very important guest right now.
That's okay. That's okay.
Sorry, we have some our favorite.
You took me away from my job. I mean, if people come to pick up, I'm in trouble.
They got people over there. You're going to be here, and you're going to interview.
Okay.
You are so wonderful. Like I said, you're so humble, and you do so much for us, and your work. So tell us about why you like to volunteer for Clean Greens.
Well, I spoke a little bit about this in the harvest dinner speech. I like a lot of white folks, I was really re-examining during the demonstrations and what some people call the racial reckoning of the summer of 2020, about what I was really doing to speak to live an anti-racist life, and to do more than simply say Black Lives Matter. And that and and one of the things I realized was that I was especially being in academia, unfortunately I dwell in primarily white circles. And so the two things that I really wanted to do was to put my money where my mouth was, and then put my time and my energy where my interests lie. And so I that's how I found Clean Greens, through Black Dollar Days, signed up for the CSA, and true to form, the first week of pickup, I was extremely late, and they were just about to close the cooler where all the produce are, which I now know is the sign that everything has been over for at least 20 minutes. And Cassandra was kind enough to find me and to give me a bag. And the next week, I came over because I didn't understand about the market, and I just started to talk to Cassandra and Dr. Jeffrey. And Dr. Jeffrey and I just hit it off. Anybody who knows him, he's an amazing person. And I just, I said, is there any way I could help out? Because I think this is an amazing thing. I knew I was joining a CSA. I did not know that I was contributing to supporting, folks who needed fresh produce in the Central District. So he said yes. And I was thinking about this just the other day. Most of the time when people come up to the table and they say, we'd love to help out, we'd love to volunteer, because I've heard it a bunch. Most of the time, everybody says, come to the farm, come to the farm. People didn't say that to me. And I don't know if that's because I look so much not like a farmer, but they said, if you want to help, it was Brittany at the time, distribute the CSAs. And I said, sure, whatever I can do. And that's it. That's kind of where it started. And I was, I didn't expect Robert to invite me to do the harvest dinner talk. But it was a real honor, and it allowed me to bring together some of my own thoughts and some of the things I am aware of as a sociologist about the roots of and the structures that create food injustice.
It was really beautifully written and spoken. And I was going to say, and another thing, if you know Dr. Jeffrey, he's going to put you to work.
That's right. That's right.
And if he knows you're in academia, he's going,
that's right.
Can you speak?
Well, that was kind of how the conversation went. He goes, so you're going to do the harvest dinner talk. And I was like, I don't, do you really want I'm like, I said, look, I'm a white academic. I don't, speaking to a predominantly black community. I don't want to come across as though I know better than anybody there. And he was like, "You're going to do fine."
Yeah, because and that's what I love about him because it's not just specific. It's like yes, there we geared towards African American, but there are other white people here,
Yeah.
and we want to keep the conversation going, and we want to build the community.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like he was comfortable enough to have you up there because we're building community. We're not only creating access for our people, but we're also building a community, which is important. And I love how you spoke about during that height of what was going on because a lot of the things like we don't realize that I mean, I'm not white. I can only speak from what I see. For some white people, it's so enrooted in them, they don't even realize that they're doing it
Yeah.
unless someone calls them on it or
Yeah.
unless they see something happening. And during this pandemic, white people have had to sit there and watch this on the news
Yeah.
when other times we would be too busy and doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then black people are also realizing how much trauma is enrooted in them. Like when I make decisions in my life, I'm trying to check myself because sometimes my decisions is based off of my trauma of am I going to be racially treated a certain
Yeah.
way or am I safe? Is it going to be okay, kid friendly? So these are things that we tackle here at Clean Greens, and he welcomes those conversations, and we love it when people can come in and have those hard realizations and conversations to do the work and start to work within ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to heal our community, to heal our community as far as black versus white or low income versus rich or because there's always something even now with the
Mm-hmm.
vaccines unvaccinated people versus vaccinated
Mm-hmm.
people like there's always something so building these communities we really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to oversimplify it, right? Because it's these things are systemic, right? So being nice, right,
Yeah.
and being collaborative is only a part of it,
Yep.
but it is a part of it, right? And I see it every day here, on Saturdays at Clean Greens that we're building community, right?
Yep.
That's and
And having the conversation.
I was just having the conversation with Pastor Robert just now. Yeah, and it's and I think that it's funny because I started teaching a sociology of food class many years ago, and part of the reason was that although I wanted to talk to my students about race and about gender, things like that, I knew that especially when I'm dealing with students who are not newer students, and it's true when you're talking about community members as well. If I dive right into a deep conversation on race or a deep conversation on gender, it's easy to alienate people, right? And they can say, men often say, well, that's gender stuff is for women, right? Which is ridiculous, but that's what you hear. But everybody eats, right? Food is such a communal thing, and it's so critical. And when you look at food and you really pay attention to where does food come from, who has access to food, what kind of food do people have access to, what is the cultural meanings of food, all of the things that divide us are are there in the processes around food, and we can use food to start to undo them. I think.
Yeah, because if food fuels us,
Yeah.
so if we're malnourished we're not going to be healthy enough to do anything. We're not going to be healthy enough to think, lift, do. So that I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on. I mean, because me and Mark, I feel like I want to have you on the show, but when you're comfortable, because we could talk for hours about this.
Absolutely.
And I know that you want to be like, I'm out of here.
No. This was fun.
You do.
Anytime.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so
Anytime.
I'm gonna invite you onto the show.
Okay.
Because you have a lot to say. He's
Okay.
so humble. He just sits over here and just does the work.
Well,
And
at some point soon, you're going to have Laura Titzer from Northwest Harvest on, and maybe Jasmine Walland, who was our co-researcher, and myself. Maybe the three of us will be on, and we'll talk about the work that we did with trying to find best practices for nutrition education at food banks, which is another place where looking at food allows us access to thinking about the way that power and issues of distribution and issues of culture have made it difficult for some folks to have access to the healthy nourishing food that they need. Which, as you said, without that, it's that's the building block. So,
Yes, and I can't wait to have you guys on there. I am going to read over that this week, and that's my plan to read over that book.
well, you can read the
I mean,
executive summary. That's a short that'll
this is
give
a
you.
shorter one. Okay.
That's what you need. Yeah,
Okay, cool. I
yeah,
think you sent both, so I'll do the executive summary. That's good to start.
yeah.
That's what my plan to do this weekend. Because when you sent it, I was like, okay, I can't do it because I got to do this, but I can do it on Sunday. So that's my plan, and I can't wait to have you guys on the show. And it'll probably be like a part two, a part one, part two, because it's only 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I know that this is a conversation we need to dive into. So that's just something to put in mind for later.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have it.
All right. Thanks for coming on. This is Mark, one of our loyal volunteers at Clean Greens Living Live. I mean, Clean Greens. And um, I'm sorry. Sorry, we're yeah, sorry. Um, this is Queen Bree broadcasting live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's your host from Clean Greens Living Live. You can tune in live on Thursdays, 3:30 to 4 p.m. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. That kind of threw me off. I need to stay focused. There's a lot going on around here. We are. Oh, I got it. We are. It's a party up here. So we have Rainier Avenue Radio's giveaway. We have Clean Greens giveaway. You see the kids playing in the back. We have a children's program that we had Samara on to talk about the children's program. We had Jason Turner on here talking about the NAM's KIP giveaway, which is Knowledge is Power. And it is a free book giveaway for children who do not have access to buying free books geared towards community. It is very important to have representation. And so NAM is out here bringing that representation for the kids in the community. Hey.
Hi. I am so excited for the conversation you just had with Mark,
Me
and I was thinking
too.
the same thing. Why hasn't he been on the show?
I know. I don't. I mean, we never thought about it. We're going to have him, and then I was going to tell you that he is introducing me to this lady who, who he, her, him. I can't even talk. Look, I feel like I should be talking proper now that I have this Doctor Professor
I
Mark
know, right? Right. We
on. Mark and a few other people came together from Northwest Harvest, and they talked. They're talking about food access and food pantries. And I'm a forward to that information that they sent us. Um, and we're gonna have her on the show.
That's
And he
great.
was talking about her, him, and another person that co-wrote it with him coming on the show. So I was like, it's probably gonna have to be like a part one and part
I
two
love it.
because our show's only 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I remember when we first started out, and we were so nervous, like, are we gonna have stuff to talk about for 30 minutes? But then we
Yeah.
was like, it's us. Of course we'll have stuff
Yeah,
to
we
talk
can
about
talk
for
all
30
day. It's just about keeping us on the right topic. No, just kidding. We
Right.
always,
right.
yeah.
But we've been doing it, and it's like now it's like we might have to do a part two because it's 30 minutes, three people, and they have really good things to talk about. I haven't looked over it yet. I told him I was going to look over it this weekend. It was on my to-do list, so I'm excited to have him on the show.
I'm excited too because they are doing research and
Yeah.
they get the stats and they get the information and the way they present the information. And I'm speaking about Mark, and I trust all his colleagues and recommendations, but the way he presents information and digs in and finds stuff out is really eye-opening and helpful, and true research and getting all this content for us to help us learn
Yes.
and then apply what we've learned.
Yes, and he also talked about one of the things that when he started to volunteer in the community is, with all the height of Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, he started checking his own inner biases and doing the work, putting his money where his mouth is, putting his time where his mouth is. We can't just talk about Black Lives Matter. We got to be about Black Lives Matter,
Right.
which always trips me out that I drive through the Seattle, and there's all these Black Lives Matter posts, and everybody's so Black Lives Matter, but it's like you're still moving into the community. What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? Are you just moving the community, putting it in your window so no one harasses you? Or are you really about that life? And if you're about that life, then come volunteer. Go put your money in time where your mouth is.
And that is the truth, right? Because I love that you mentioned that that's what his journey was. And that's where, it needs to happen, because it's like, oh, we can learn about it and be scholars all day long, and sometimes academia upholds the systems and white supremacy, if that's not even the phrasing I want to use anymore. But and then you start realizing, well, I can be up here all day just teaching it. But if I'm going to really do some work, it's internal work and it's work in the community as well. And it's not comfortable. So
And that's what I
that's,
talked about, having the hard conversation.
ooh,
Having the hard conversations. People coming in here, we have hard conversations, we talk, and then you said not about just teaching, and it's like researching, because a lot of things that we talk about in schools, a lot of things that we talk about, sometimes need to be further researched,
yeah,
because we can talk all day about what we know, but what we know is what the system taught us.
exactly.
Now we got to go out there and find out more. Like I'm learning even more about, like because me growing up, it was always black people. Black people were slaves brought over here on ships and all this stuff. But black people were also kings and queens. Black people. There was also Black Wall Street. I didn't learn about Black Wall Street until I was a grown up.
Hmm.
What else? And then like all those black towns that were drowned out into lakes. All those black towns that black people were ran out. What is it? In New York, that park. I can't even think of it. Central Park in New York.
Yes.
Was
Just
two
like the park right over
just
here.
like the park over here. Yeah, Central Park in New
And
York was two different villages for black people, and that was just Central Park and a lake over here. And then they take it and they take the land from black people and don't even make anything of it. They just don't want us to have it. They didn't want us to have it. They still don't want us to have it because they ain't giving it back to us. But like now, the park across the street from the church, and so we talk about when we talk about reparations. This is what we're talking about. It's like they come in the disguise of eminent domain, but who needs another park when who needs another lake when you have a whole
and then
um
what happens in those parks? The woman in Central Park that weaponized,
oh
law
my god,
enforcement because she thinks it's her space.
yeah.
So,
Wait, which woman? Because are we talking about the Central Park Four? Are we talking about the
oh,
dog
I am the
lady?
Central Park 4.
Yes,
Jeez.
yeah. So it's like
No, right. That's so interesting. And now what they're doing in Seattle is creating that, wealth disparity, pushing out which people from their, communities, and then they're using they're sweeping out homeless people,
yeah,
and they're raising rents so to make it damn near impossible in these parks that they took from community from
they,
black
they,
community.
it's like they drain us of our resources and then want us to deal with it. And then there's so many homeless people. Like we have someone who made a home next to us, and I was like, I mean, I ain't even mad at it. I'm
I
not
know.
worried about it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not judging it. But they're not creating any other resources. They just keep draining us of our resources. Oh, man.
And
Okay,
even
babe.
though we're broadcasting from Rainier Avenue Radio, who does amazing things in the community, we're in
Yes.
Seattle. And what else is in Seattle? Amazon. There's so much money.
Yeah.
And Microsoft,
Yeah. Amazon, Microsoft.
And so there's plenty of ways to help the community. And if we aren't seeing it happen, we're going to start working on it here.
Yes.
So you can be
Yes.
a part of all of it.
We are the type of community that we are putting our money in our mouths where we're talking about. Like if we're talking about this, we're gonna hold everyone accountable. We hold ourselves accountable. We make sure that we're out here in the community doing things that the community needs and not what we think the community needs. Even though we are a part of the community, so we know some of the needs, but we also want to hear from other people as well. And if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into Rainier Avenue Radio. This is your host, Queen Bree and Robin T, host of Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted on Rainier Avenue Radio live every Thursdays from 3:30 to 4 p.m. And we go from talking jibber jabber, love lives, kids to reparations,
Right.
voter suppression, exercise, eating healthy, staying fit.
I love it that Rainier Avenue Radio is about that too,
Yes.
because one of the first things we did outside of our show was we did a workout show on Rainier Avenue Radio. I know you're laughing,
No, because I was like, I was ready to turn my camera off a few times, but it
right?
was fun though.
We hadn't kind of worked out in a group in a while, and even though it was virtual, I mean, we weren't sweating virtual, Like that was real hard work.
Yes, that was. But that was fun, and that was
It was
also
fun.
engaging. And then seeing that one cute couple, I don't
They were
remember
so
what show
cute.
they were from, but they were really cute. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, they were like doing the exercises in their kitchen together. It was the sweetest, like hashtag goals for.
Right. And Rainier Avenue Radio is also in the community. Don't forget to join us later on this evening, early evening,
Yep.
at 5 o'clock. We're going to be over at Martin Luther King Park, at a rally for voter suppression and, um, I think celebrating the anniversary of the March on Washington as well. There will be awards given away. There will be, live music. There will be spoken word. There will be people
Ooh.
singing. Yeah, it's a whole
Oh, I
program.
hadn't even heard the whole lineup. I'm going for sure, but I
Yeah.
love when there's live music and poetry.
Yes, it's a whole program, and it's bringing attention to voter suppression, and it's Freedom Weekend. NAM is celebrating Freedom Weekend, which is, the March on Washington, where Martin Luther King gave his, "I Have a Dream" speech. Also tuning in, you go to NAM's, Northwest African American Museum's website, because tomorrow WEB Du Bois grandson, they will be having a program with his grandson talking about,
Oh, that's so
um
exciting.
it's a program, I forgot if he said exactly what it's about, but WEB Du Bois' grandson will be on there. So, we love to partner with our communities to talk about educating, feeding, mental health, volunteering. What else?
Oh,
Back to
sharing
school.
information.
Yes.
We still have some fun too. We
Yes.
talked to um, people who've been in the community actively engaging and making the community a better place for so many years. We have Estela Ortega
Oh, I can't
from
wait to
El
have her back on.
Centro de la Raza coming up.
Of my face and my skin. And we're going to talk about that on the show when he comes on next Thursday live, broadcasted on Rainier
I'm
Avenue
excited.
Radio.
He
Me
saw
too.
my eyes being like, "Ooh, I
Where's
want one." And
mine? Right.
before I even said anything, he's like, "I'll bring you one too." And I'm so curious too because there's, I think those are local berries he uses.
Let me smell it. I
I
like to smell
know.
stuff.
So he's
Um,
got all the healing tinctures.
it smells good. So we have Ray next week, about healing tinctures. We have Dr. Alicia. Can't wait to talk to her. She just had a baby early this year, and she is a huge advocate of, what is it called?
Black maternal
Black
health.
maternal health. Yes, I know I should have known that, but I couldn't remember. Um, Black maternal health. Then we have Estella Ortega, and then we have, Heather
Heather Day
Day.
from Community Action
Yeah.
Global Justice,
Yes.
Community Alliance Global Justice. They are doing
Yes.
some pretty cool
Yes. You
things.
guys tune in for those, because
Yeah.
she has an event coming up in October as well.
Yeah.
And they are huge, like food and social justice, going after the corporations who are, abusing their power over our food system. So please join in for the month of September, and we are going to keep going. We're just getting started. We're on fire with our guests. I am so excited. I can't wait till that other guest confirms the day he can come on. We don't even say his name because
Oh, that's going to be
I'm so
special.
excited. But you guys, we are hosts of Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted on Rainier Avenue Radio, which you're, tuned into right now. Our shows are live every Thursdays from 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sorry, my beautiful, handsome baby just walked
I
by.
know it's so fun when
I'm
your
so
kids walk by.
obsessed with him. It
I'm
could be
trying.
because he's the youngest. He's like my last kid. There is not going to be any more until grandkids. And I told my daughter, if she wants me to be an effective grandmother, she has to give me about 10, 15 years.
I bet she will because she's going to go out and make that. Oh my God, I'm so lucky. She's going to go out and get those paid gigs because really, she's amazing. If you
Yes,
haven't
she,
had a chance to hear Samara sing, she is so amazing. And I told her she got off easy because if you were interviewing her, you might have had her sing right on the spot.
I probably would have had to drop a few verses.
I know, right? I wanted to, but I was like, I can't, but I wanted to.
You just have to put her on the spot because too, even though I would have did it, she would have gave me attitude. If you would have did it, it wouldn't have been less attitude. It wouldn't have been much attitude. It would have been like, and then she would have did it.
Right. But she was also wanting to get paid, so I might have had to give her, I might have had to hire her for
Right, like I give you $5.
and I was like, because
Bust
you
out a
are
song.
worth it, right? I know.
She could sing. Like I am obsessed with her singing too. I'm obsessed with all my children. They
Truth.
they drive me crazy, but I am obsessed. I love my kids. They are hilarious. I have lucked out in the kid pool. Even though they argue
Aw.
every day, I'm like, oh, you guys argue. Me and my brother are 12 years apart, so I'm not used to this arguing. But they're all each uniquely have this thing for them with them that is like special. And Samara's voice, even though I'm her mom, her voice is so
It's
beautiful,
true.
and it
Yeah.
just makes me feel so good when I hear her voice. So I can't wait till her album drops.
Same.
She's
I'm
been
one of
work.
her biggest fans already. I
Me
have been.
too. I go back. She was a part of the teen summer musical for I think 2 or 3 years, and I was obsessed. And so any recording I would do, I randomly go back and I listen to her voice and I listen to her singing, just because I love hearing her voice. So when
That's
her
so
album
sweet.
drops, I will be blasting it. I will risk getting pulled over by the police to blast her music.
Wow.
And
That's
she's
big.
written a good
I was just
portion of
gonna
her
say
songs.
she's been writing.
She's been writing, yes. And that's what and it's like I don't think she realizes the greatness in her and the greatness that comes from her our line. Like when we had Lanisha, I love how we can bring everything back to the guests we've
Yep.
had. When we had Lanisha on our show, she talked about Lanisha is, let me put some respect on her
The
name.
CEO,
The CEO,
the president,
the
or the CEO?
CEO,
Both.
both, I think.
Everything.
And she is even like the national something of, I
Yeah.
forgot what it was, of the African museums, but she was on our show and we talk about history and we were trying to spit out history facts every.
CEO of Northwest African American Museum.
Yes. And she talked about the most important part is getting to know your history. So
Mhm.
we get to know the history of going on in the world, but get to know your history and where you came from, and which is important. And so that's what I've been working on and trying to work on with Samara, is to know that she comes from a line of great people that can write and that can think and that are poetic. And she's been writing her songs. And so I'm just excited for her. I can't wait
I
for
am
her
too.
music to drop.
Speaking of your lineage, I tried to get your mother here on the show,
Oh,
and
yeah.
gave me a hard no, the hardest no.
She is.
And I was like, so that's not even like I can convince you, maybe.
No, we're completely opposites. Where I'm more flamboyant and out here and talking and in front of the camera. My mom is like, no,
But she's here in the
I'm in the back.
background,
But you know what? She is a minister and she will be preaching. So if you ever wanted to see her, she will be preaching on Sunday. And she's a really good
and
minister.
she sings.
And she sings. She drives me crazy, but she can preach. She is my spiritual guru. You hear her in the background. Are you talking about me? She always thinks someone's talking about her, but this time she's
We
right.
were.
But she is my spiritual guru who I go to, but she is not a front scenes type of person. Not in the camera, because I've tried to have her on my free living show, and she was
Oh,
like,
really?
"Yeah, it's just us. Like no one's really watching my show on YouTube."
But she supports.
But
She's always in the comments.
yeah, she was laughing when I said Annette is watching.
Annette is watching.
Right. She's very supportive. She tunes in. If we need her to lift something or do something, she will be there. But camera is not her forte. So yeah, I'm laughing at that hard
And
note.
she's here with the veggies.
Yeah.
She is making all the veggie bags so beautiful.
Yes.
And she is the manager here at the market.
Yes. So Clean Greens Clean Greens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clean Greens is here.
If
We're
you're
here
just
with-
tuning in, if you're just tuning in, you are listening to the host of Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted off of Rainier Avenue Radio. We are at Clean Greens Plaza. There's a lot going on in the background. There is giveaways for Clean Greens. There's giveaways for Rainier Avenue Radio. There's a little bit of cleanup because we are almost finished out here. But don't fret. If you missed today, you can see us all next Saturday. We will be at 23rd Avenue, giving away fresh food, fresh produce. We'll see if we have any more other giveaways. I think we'll have some
Monday.
Monday. Oh, where Clean Greens gives out fresh food, fresh produce every Mondays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we will be on Rainier with Clean. We will be on Rainier with Rainier Avenue. No, I'm sorry, 23rd.
23rd.
We'll be on 23rd with Rainier Avenue Radio next Saturday, but also this coming Monday and every Monday we give out CSA and fresh vegetables. Sorry.
And I think it's on 23rd in between Cherry and Union. Somewhere in
Yes.
there, yeah. That's where you can go see Rainier Avenue Radio and Clean Greens
So if you're
with
driving down and you
food and
see
produce.
people, it's us, and we're giving out fresh food. Send people who you know are in need, come pick up. There's no questions asked. We are not judging. We understand in this time that everyone is struggling a little bit. Maybe not the rich, but us regular schmegular Joes are out
Maybe
here
they're
struggling.
struggling internally to find out ways they
They're
can help
struggling,
while they don't.
right? They're struggling internally with their happiness.
Oh, right.
Yes, people always think because someone's rich that they're happy and that they're okay, and they still need prayers. They still need help with mental health. They still need help with community.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so join us live every Thursdays, 3:30 to 4 p.m. with Clean Greens Living Live. Join us for our food give back every Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 23rd Avenue. Mondays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 116 21st Avenue. Did I miss anything? Oh, join us this evening at
Ooh.
5 p.m. At the Martin Luther King Park, where we'll be having a rally for voter suppression, and it's a whole program: live music, spoken word, awards given out.
A special award.
Special award. We always hype this man up, but he's
We
really
do.
good.
He deserves the hype.
He deserves the hype. He deserves the love. Our executive, my pastor, Dr. Robert L. Jeffrey, will be receiving the Leadership Award. He has been doing the work in the community for years. He has always been about feeding his community. He has always been about how ways he can help highlight Black businesses. If you are familiar with the business directories, with him and our late Lottie Cross, who was also prominent in this community doing the work with him. We miss Lottie. She was a big part of Clean Greens. She passed away earlier last year, and I still to this day can't believe that we are doing life without her. I hope we're making her proud with the work we're doing. But please join us this evening at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and that is at Martin Luther King Jr. Park
Yes.
on Martin Luther King Jr. Way.
Yes. And if you are sending your kids back to school, make sure that we are talking about social distancing, washing your hands, being kind, keeping your bodily fluids to yourselves.
Don't sneeze on everybody.
Don't sneeze on it, but keep your mask on, and not just on, but on your nose.
On your
'Cause
nose.
yes, I notice a lot of times I'm like, pull it up.
Does that bug you too?
Yes, because I'm like,
That
you're
is like the
breathing it in,
weirdest
even if you're
thing.
not transmitting it. Now you're
Yeah.
breathing it in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have my other little shadow who literally, I feel like if she can be a part, if she could sew herself to me, I feel like she would sew herself to me. She doesn't even want to
Right.
move out the house. She has no plans on moving out the house,
Oh my god, that's
even
too
when she
funny.
gets older.
That's too funny.
She just walked up on us. Um, so yeah, this has been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me and Robin. Again, we are your hosts from Clean Greens Living Live. We like to talk about health, wellness, community, reparations, history.
Yeah, and we're getting into all of that in September as well. And we would love to hear from you anytime too.
Yes, please call into the show, or if you send a message, we see it in real time and we talk about it.
Hmm.
I so enjoy that.
I know.
Okay, and then
It's fun to know you're watching and you're engaged and you want to be involved.
you know what my mind is right now?
Mm.
Juicing them beets.
Is it?
Yeah,
Right.
I can't wait to go. And drinking those beets has been helping with my heartburn. I'm a little old lady, so I have to take heartburn pills.
It's always about your heartburn,
Yes.
right?
And if I don't take those heartburn pills, my stomach hurts like crazy when I'm going to bed. But last night I didn't take them, but my stomach hurt less
Oh,
because I've
that's
been juicing.
cool. That's
So
cool.
yeah, so getting in tune with eating healthy, that is so important. Eating the right foods, because of course my heart I have
I get
heartburn.
worried anytime I get heartburn. I'm like, why? Why is this happening
Well,
again?
I know because I ate some dang pizza.
Oh.
And if we're talking about the pizza sauce, and if it's not the pizza sauce, we're talking about the bread.
Oh, the acidic foods. Yeah.
And
yeah,
then cheese. I mean, all these things that I should be cutting out my life. But you know what? Unfortunately, I grew up eating it because it was the most affordable for my family. And so now that I get older, I got to retrain my mind to choose healthier options.
Yeah, and we're all doing our best.
Yes.
And that's the thing that I was talking about when we talk about the food giveaways. And please let me know if we're running out of time at any point. But when we're talking about the food giveaways, it might not even be that you don't have a budget, so you, or that you even if you're just you have enough food and you just want some extra veggies, you don't need to just have what's affordable. We're
Right.
trying to provide access, so you might, Queen Bree was saying it was affordable to get unhealthy food. So if you have enough but you want to supplement and get some also healthy food,
Yep.
right? Maybe you already pay for your groceries, still come down and get veggies, just add
Yes.
to it, supplement with some fresh grown veggies. We love going out and picking these veggies, and we love going
we
out
do.
and
Before-
talking to the farmer.
Before I knew how serious fresh organic vegetable, when I go grocery shopping, I'm getting, as a family, huge family, I'm going to get what's affordable. And fresh organic vegetables isn't always affordable. So don't be shy to come out here and feed your family fresh organic vegetables. So I'm excited, and I'm really excited about the new fall produce is going into the ground.
Yeah.
We last week we planted some butterhead lettuce. I know they planted some more kale, not curly kale, but I think it's like dinosaur kale.
Mm-hmm.
And then our greenhouse is in, so it's just been the plumbing is in there. So
We
food
were both thrown off by the word
right,
plumbed.
plums, right. So there'll be seasonings getting planted in there, salads getting planted in there. We have watermelon coming. I can't wait to taste
I
the
know.
watermelon. And then fresh fall stuff. So we'll have more fall options going in. I wonder if that's when my favorite veggie comes in, the Romanesco broccoli.
Oh, right.
Is that more of a fall thing? Because
That's
I've
your
been seeing
favorite.
it's so
Ooh,
beautiful. It's too pretty to eat. But I'm gonna
it's
try to
true.
eat it this year
Mm-hmm.
because I've been looking up ways to do that and the kohlrabi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
kohlrabi was more of a challenge to me, but once I looked it up, I was like, oh, you can do anything with kohlrabi. But I think that Romanesco is kind of magic. I think it'll give you superpowers.
Yeah,
So
I
go
hope
ahead
so.
and eat it.
I'd be like Popeye. Popeye made me like spinach. I wanted to be strong like Popeye,
Nice.
and
That's
I've always liked
funny.
spinach. But
It
yes,
didn't work on me till I grew up.
I love spinach. My cousin has a daughter who hates spinach, and she'll do like little Facebook posts when she feeds her spinach, and it's so hilarious each time because she's like really like playing around with it, dreading eating it, and I'm like, spinach is so good,
It is good.
child.
It is good.
But I swear there was kohlrabi in my salad, so I'm thinking the senses are kohlrabi is good sautéed and used in a salad, and it sounds like it may be good with baked with Parmesan cheese, but I'm gonna go with a fresh sautéed and a fresh salad.
I
Was
love it.
what we would use kohlrabi, and I'm pretty sure I'm
I love
killing
it.
it.
You
There.
can recreate your favorite salad.
It's
that
like,
you
who
want to get in.
am I? I'm over here coming up with recipes for food I've never eaten.
Okay, and this is how it goes. This is how it goes. You get a little bit curious because you heard about kale, and
Right. It all started with kale. She got me on kale. I was like, "Oh, kale can go to hell," and then she
Mm-hmm.
came with her bomb kale chips, the salted ones and the cheddar ones. Oh my god, the cheddar
Mm-hmm.
ones were the nacho
Mm-hmm.
ones were my favorite. Um, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Rainier Avenue Radio and joining Clean Greens Living Live host Queen Bree and Robin T. We hope you have a good weekend
And we'll see you this evening or this early evening.
this evening and next Thursday.